Guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Hope this video finds you all doing well. Today we're going to do a full champion guide and review and build on Maneater, who is a Void Affinity Ogryn Tribe champion. Now, a lot of you guys have been saying for a long time or asking in the comments for me to do something on Maneater, so I tested him out a lot. I played him everywhere in the game and tried a few different builds on him. I decided that going full speed is more often than not the best way to go on Maneater, but let's go ahead and just jump into his skills. And one thing I want to kind of tell you guys right off the bat is that a lot of people were complaining right when Maneater came out in 2019 about his kind of AI on auto, that he would never use the Siphon ability, and that seems to have been fixed. On all my runs, he is using Siphon on auto, so I'm not sure. I didn't actually go back and look through the patch notes to see if they changed his AI, but I'm going to go ahead and assume they did, because he is actually using it, and he's really good, especially in Ice Golem. He's a great dungeon carry. Even on speed teams, you can get by with him being your only carry if you have enough nukage around him. I'm going to show you the team that I'm kind of testing out to that effect in Ice Golem. So his abilities. Pummel attacks one enemy, plays a 50% decrease attack debuff on all enemies if this attack is critical. So for that reason, we're probably going to be putting him in crit rate gauntlets. You want it to be critical. You want him to be landing an AoE decrease attack on his A1. That's really, really solid. Another thing I noticed about this ability, Pummel, is it scales really well. He hits hard. That was one thing I was surprised on about Maneater, and that will come into play when I talk about his masteries in just a moment here. But Pummel hits, 60k. It's a hard-hitting ability. Siphon, same thing here. He actually puts out, again, more damage than I was expecting. Not that he's going to be a damage carrier, nuker on your team, but it's nice to have that from a support. So his damage is unfortunately based on attack. It'd be really cool if it was based on HP or defense, but I'm getting greedy on an already amazing kit on a champion. So attacks one enemy, fully depletes the target's turn meter, fills this champion's turn meter equal to the amount the target loses. Really solid ability. Don't need to tell you guys why. Siphon is really, really cool on a 3-turn cooldown, especially when booked. It's an awesome ability. Now, the bad thing about Maneater is you do have to book him down, because this Ancient Blood, you really, especially for dungeons, if you're just using him in Arena, I guess you can get by without any books or really any masteries on him, honestly. But for Ancient Blood in dungeons, you really want this on a 5-turn cooldown. Those 5 turns go by fast, especially if you're building him to be really, really fast. So the champion receives damage. A very negligible amount of damage that he's receiving, so don't stress about that. It's barely noticeable, the damage that he takes. Plays an unkillable buff and a block damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. It's an insane ability. He was part of an unkillable comp, many unkillable comps on Clan Boss. Most of them have been nerfed, so I'm not going to focus on Clan Boss in today's video. However, he can be used in Clan Boss still, especially up until Nightmare Clan Boss. And that's basically because of the Pummel ability, having a decreased attack on the A1. With more Master proccing, if you are building him up for Clan Boss, I would advise you guys go ahead and get War Master. But if you're not, well, I'm going in a different route, and I'll show you guys in just a moment. Last thing, though, his aura increases ally HP in dungeons by 33%. That's actually a pretty solid aura. So on Masteries, I decided to bypass, since I don't care about offense here, you would just go the normal War Master tree, just going down the left-hand side on your Maneater if you wanted to go for Clan Boss. And I would advise you guys just go ahead with crit rate, crit damage, and then down the left side all the way to War Master. However, I'm going to be using him mainly in Arena as part of a double unkillable comp that I'm kind of testing out right now with Umbral Enchantress, that we'll show you guys in just a moment. So I really like having Deterrence on him. Has a 20% chance to counterattack an enemy when they apply a Stun, Sleep, Fear, True Fear, Freeze debuff to any ally. Deterrence is a great ability to have on Maneater, and I want him to be rather freeze resistant too, so I built him with a rather high resist as well. So I have kind of an interesting strategy, I guess you could say here, where I do decide to go with Retribution as well, 50% chance to counterattack when this champion loses 25% of their max HP from one enemy skill. That's really solid on him as well. So then in terms of other abilities that I picked up along the way, I want all my arena champions especially to have Evil Eye, but I just think the Evil Eye is my personal favorite, or one of my favorite masteries in the game. I try to, whenever I can, I try to get it on any of my champions, especially for arena, but even for dungeons, it definitely helps, and that's decreasing the target's turn meter when this champion hits them with a default skill for the first time. Also on him, I decided you can go down and get lasting gifts. Has a chance to extend not the unkillable but the block debuffs buff on him. You can also go with the Master Hexer, and a lot of people do, to have a chance at extending the decrease attack. However, I really wanted to test out Timely Intervention, and I had to go with Sniper in order to open up that area in the bottom. So he is a champion that you don't, like I said, you don't have to max out your Masteries on your Maneater. He's not super Mastery dependent, but I wanted to try out Timely Intervention. Increases this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25%. Now, on a lot of the teams that we're building with a Maneater on the team, your allies' HPs are going to be dropping below 25% quite frequently because of the unkillable. It's okay if they drop that low. Oftentimes, they'll be at 0 or 1 HP, right? They'll just be clinging on to life. Because of that, I think that Timely Intervention was interesting to test out on Maneater, just so he has a lot of turn meter going on, a lot of turn meter manipulation here as well with rapid response in the third kind of row here. 30% chance of increasing the turn meter by 10% when a buff cast by this champion is removed or expires. So you get, a lot of those, right? You'll have 4 times 2 on those, so 8 chances of that proccing. And then you have a 30% chance of increasing the turn meter by 10% when a debuff cast by this champion is removed or expired. Again, all is decreased attack. So Arcane Celerity and Rapid Response, I think, are musts on Maneater. I think Support Tree is really important for your Maneater. Accuracy also does factor in, especially on his A2, where you're fully depleting the target's turn meter, and obviously on the decreased attack on his A1. So there we go, guys. That was kind of a lengthy, once over on the Masteries there, but of course build him however you see fit, depending on the comp that you're going to use him with, depending on where you're going to use him. Never just blindly copy a YouTuber's Masteries or anywhere else on the internet. You definitely have to kind of cater it to how you're going to be using this specific champion. So for gear, again, I wasn't super picky here. Not all this gear is glyphed out. I guess most of it is, but it's just not my best gear on my account. I basically took a lot of my Apothecary's gear, which I don't really use anymore, and I put it on him. 3 speed sets, and because of that, obviously I'm going with the Lore of Steel, getting that extra bonus from the speed. So his base speed is all right at 98. I have him in terms of total stats here. You can see 50k HP, which is solid. Attack, I don't care about. Defense, over 2500 is what you're kind of aiming for. And then 227 on the speed. Crit rate, I will really want this at 100. So I really need to get it to 100. That way I'm always landing those decreased attacks. But 80 for, all intents and purposes on this video is going to get us, get us through just fine. Also, I will still use him with this comp, even with an 80% crit rate. Obviously, really aiming for 100. Just need to swap out a piece of gear or 2 to make that happen. So, resistance, I told you guys, I have him at 227. I don't have his Great Hall maxed either on resist, but I like having him have a bit of a high resist. That way, he can make sure we're going here and starting the battle off with his A3. Debuff accuracy at 187. Besides Arena, 187 is close to high enough. I would like that if I can get greedy to be over 200 though. I do have an HP banner on him, okay? I could easily just swap this for an accuracy banner or a resist banner and we'd be a-okay. I decided to go with this because I wanted the extra speed on him for the time being, and it was nice rolls on attack and he'll just hit a little bit harder. But again, in a perfect world, I would be running accuracy or resist on the banner. And then we have we have defense. I'm so used to going crit damage rather on the amulet, but no, I'm going defense on the amulet. I still have some extra crit damage here, but accuracy sub rolls is what I'm looking for. Didn't get one there, but still it gets the job done. You want him to have a pretty substantial defense, as I mentioned earlier. He's going to be your main carry, your main tank on the team. So a defense ring is also very important. I get some HP sub rolls, that's solid too. I also have a defense on this ring, so that ring is rather good for Maneater. In terms of the rest of the gear, again, I have some, this kind of a weird weapon to have on him with the extra crit damage, but still, he's putting out pretty nasty crits. I have some resistance, some speed. I'm going for crit rate, I'm going for accuracy, I'm going for defense percentage, for HP percentage, but speed is what I'm really prioritizing here, obviously, on my, my Maneater. So speed roll here, again, I don't even have it glyphed up right now. I can get his speed certainly quite a bit higher. Again, a speed without any glyphs on it. Some more resistance though, and then I have crit rate on my gauntlets. I have accuracy actually on my chest because I don't have the accuracy on my banner. You can definitely go with HP, with defense percentage as well, or even resist if you wanted to try him out for like closer to end game arena on your chest. And then speed boots are pretty much a must anywhere for your Maneater. Definitely want to be going with speed. I have more resistance there, some more defense as well. So there we go, guys. That's how I have him built out. Let's go ahead and test him out in the arena first, and then I want to take you over and show you that Ice Golem's team that I was talking about. And again, if you're building him out for clan boss, you'll just want to exchange. I don't need all that crit damage on him. I'd rather have more defense. I would probably sub out, let me just see. I just kind of want to make one note on clan boss just in case, because I figure a lot of people mid-game would probably be using him in their clan boss team for the decreased attack and the unkillable. Let's see. I would probably go, well, I would definitely wouldn't go with an accuracy on his chest. I would go with accuracy on the banner, and I would definitely go with defense percentage on the chest. I guess that would be the major difference for clan boss, and of course the War Master on, and I would sacrifice the defense, and I would probably just go with a War Master here on his Mastery. Alright guys, so going into the arena, I'm really excited to show you this team. I want to basically face the toughest team I can find here, and I think it's going to be this team right here, guys. This looks like a challenging, formidable team. They have Duchess for revivals, they have Rotos, who's just a beast, they have Torment for freeze, and Ceres for debuffing. I can't run my double unkillable comp with a team with Ceres on it with a strong debuffer like her, so I'm actually going to take Umbral out, and I'm going to add just a second nuker to the team. So I have Foley and I have Dark Elaine now on this team. I could do it without Foley too. I could do it with basically any nuker in that spot. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put a Ceres of my own in that spot. It's kind of like a flex spot against a team like this. So let's see how we do here. I feel like I'm going to be very well poised to counter this team, and you guys will see how we do. A lot of crowd control, a lot of actually not even having Dark Elaine and having a single target champion to deal the damage would actually be even better on this team. But the key here is going to make sure that Ceres does not debuff my team. So we're going to keep her at bay. So first we're going to add the decreased defense. Now let's let Dark Elaine kind of do her thing here. I'm actually going to use Kaimar's, I'm going to use his first ability actually here, because I'm going next anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. Let's see what kind of damage Dark Elaine can do. Can she take... I don't think she'll be able to kill anybody. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, not bad. So now we got rid of the most challenging part of the enemy team in the Madame Cerise. Now, all we have to be careful of is the A3, I believe, of Rotos, because he can ignore unkillables. But now what we want to do is prevent a Duchess from rezzing up Cerise, so we're going to try to trade turn meters. Now, the problem is she resisted, and I thought she was going to. The reason why she resisted is because my accuracy is too low on Maneater, right? At 187 against a team with a 225,000 power, you already know going in that it's just not going to be enough. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and put a sleep over there. We're going to go ahead and use the A1 against Torment. And I feel like this one is already won. And you saw Dark Elaine too. She's going to be a theme of today's video. I did a guide on her a few days ago. And everybody gets her as part of the player progression rewards in this game. And I gotta tell you, she's really good. She is really good. I actually like her better now after playing her for a week or so than I did when I made the guide on her. I would put her, I don't know if she's top 10, but she's high in terms of my favorite epics in the game. I think that she has a great kit. Ice Golem especially, which I'll show you in a moment, but let's go ahead and do another, like, what do you think the second hardest team here is? Probably this one right here, right above it. So again, Arazin, Zargala, Rotos, and Arbiter. The problem with this team is I'm not going to be able to run, as much as I'd love to run a Ceres, I need to have the speed. I need to ensure I go first, so I have to put Seeker in for this comp. But I'm going to leave Dark Elaine in because, well, she's pretty cool. I could probably do better. I could probably put a heavier nuker in there, but I like running as few legendaries as possible in these videos, just so you guys can see how they perform without being carried by, you know, the most OP champions in the game. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and get a provoke off on Arbiter, at least the decreased turn meter, and now we can probably put everybody to sleep here. except for Zargala, which isn't great because, see, I could try for the A2. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to totally deplete her turn meter right now and trade it in for Maneater. Then I'll save his Ancient Blood for later. So let's see if we can land this. People don't build Zargala up oftentimes with a ton of resistance, so I was confident that the accuracy of whatever it is, 190 or so, was going to work. And see, the beautiful thing about this is he goes again, right? Because he exchanged that turn meter, so he kills her, and now we can Ancient Blood. You know, we didn't skip a beat here. And now we can let Death's Majesty, Dark Elaine, do her thing here. And right now we have to worry about Arbiter picking everybody up, so we need to try to land this Provoke. We don't, but let's see. We can just kill her with the A1 of Kymar here, and there we go. So you guys can see how it's a really cool... Maneater allows you to do a lot of cool things in the arena. I want to show you the Umbral team here. This team can't be faster than me, can they? Their team power is fairly low compared to mine, so I'm going to go ahead and put in Umbral. Why am I not finding her? And allow her to do her thing. She's probably right in front of my face, as always. Oh, right in front of my face. There we go. So I'm going to assume I'm going to go first here. We'll see. Yeah. Okay, cool. So put them to sleep. Again, we're going to pull the same exact move out here. Well, we have so many options at this point, but I'm going to try to do it. Take that turn meter away. We got it. Now we're full. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a... We'll use the... This team probably isn't the best example, but the whole reason behind this double unkillable isn't to get 2 unkillables on all of your champions. Obviously, that would be repetitive and dumb. The reason is usually, not against this team here, but usually using the unkillable of the Ancient Blood on Maneater allows me to wait on the unkillable, and look at Dark Elaine, man. Wait on the unkillable of my Umbral Enchantress. Instead, I can use her A2 to put a block buffs debuff up on the enemy team. So it's like a really nice synergy, and by the time it gets back to Umbral again, then she can use her own self-unkillable and provoke the entire team. And I just really love kind of the idea of the nuance of that on my team. Let's do one more here, and this team looks pretty intimidating. Let's do let's stick with this team. I really like this team. And this is going to, let's see. Actually, they don't have any big buffers on their team, though. I guess they only have nah, he doesn't even buff. He just has the increase attack. That's it. Yeah, I'd rather have somebody who has more buffers on their team. So maybe a team like this. Too much debuff. There's just no great team here. Well, this team is pretty good. Here, let's go with this team. This is a pretty solid example of how this is going to work here. So, they start out. We put them to sleep. Everybody's sleeping except for Arbiter Zargala. Actually, that sleep did not land like we wanted it to. So this is a bad start here. We got Rotos sleeping. That's good. I could exchange turn. I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to exchange turn meters with Arbiter. Try to steal that. And she resisted. Oof. That was a gutsy. I'm going to try to redo that one, guys. Let me try that one again here. So, same team. I need to actually not do the double unkillable. I need to ensure that I go first instead. So we'll take Umbral out again. I'll show you in a Platinum Arena video. I'll show you what I meant by what I was kind of talking about earlier regarding the double unkillable, because it's a little nuanced. It's not like a clan boss double unkillable or anything like that. So now we will, we'll just go ahead and do it. But I like the option of going with the A2 like I did earlier, right? You guys can see the utility in that, right? You go with the A2, it fills your turn meter up, then you go with the A3 and you kill an enemy, or at least deplete their turn meter in the process. So things are going much better here. That was the block, that was the A3 of Rotos that blocked or ignored unkillables, so that's okay. We're expecting that. We want to take, I think we want to take Arbiter down so you can't pick everybody else back up. And we got a Zargala almost close to going there, but we're going to be able to take down her turn meter right now. Let's do that. Stealer, Turn Meter, and Killer. See, he hits hard. And this is, you know, there's no War Master or anything on him. I'll take an extra turn, try to land a Provoke on Rotos. There we go. Much better team when we go first, right, guys? So here, well, there's Unkillable anyway on her, so you might as well just keep the movement going here. I can just turn it on auto. Let's go ahead and take him into Fire Knights, guys, as promised, and show you the team that I have and just how great he is. I think that Maneater is a great champion, especially for arena defense too. He's great on arena defense. He's great in campaign. If you're trying to like get through Nightmare for the first time, he's a great support. You can use him as a support in Fire Knights, even though he has a one-hitter on his A1. It doesn't matter. He still has a great, like, he lends a lot of support to your team with the turn meter as well. And same thing on spiders. So I'm not going to show you in every dungeon, or that this video would be so long, but let me show you an Ice Golem where I personally think he does the best. This is the team that I was kind of experimenting with. It's Stagnite, who I really love, Dark Elaine, who I said I really enjoy right now in the game, and also Royal Guard in the lead with the increased attack. And you'll notice one thing about this team is there's no heals on the entire team. There's no lifesteal gear either on this entire team. I'm just relying on support from Maneater, and that's it. And that's why I wanted to show you this comp. Not because it will necessarily be the fastest, although it shouldn't be slow per se. Should be under 3 minutes. It's that you can get by with like an all-nuke team, with crowd control, with defense down, with Maneater. So again, I just want to repeat that because it's important. You need a crowd control. That's why Biggin is in here, because he has a stun and he has a decreased turn meter on his A3, a stun on his A2. I have Stagnite in there for a defense down. So if you have those two things, crowd control and defense down, you can pair Maneater with two strong nukers with Dark Elaine and Royal Guard and have success with Ice Golem, okay? Alright, so starting here, you'll see that this first wave will be 12 seconds or less. Second wave, we're looking to be, if we're looking to have a really fast time, we want to be around 40 seconds or so into the match, but we will see how we do. Actually, we're taking a long time. Not that 5 or 6 seconds is a big deal here, but rather the rotation is kind of messed up. I must have not gotten a crit or a debuff to land there. Actually, I wasn't paying attention. So this is going to be a rather slow run compared to what it could be, but this is an area in this run where people struggle, the second wave, because of the reflect damage, and that's where your CC really comes into play, your crowd control on your team. Having some stun gear or something like that. Dark Elaine actually picked me up 40 seconds. Is going to help you get through that second wave. Having the decreased defense and stuns or sleeps or whatever, depending if you're on auto or manual. So there's going to be a point with this composition. By the way, I've tried this about 10 times and I've won. I think I lost 1 to be fair, but a 90% or so success rate given a small sample size with this team. But this will happen a lot on your Maneater comps. Is you'll think your whole team is going to be wiped. But he gets that Ancient Blood just in time as long as you have him built with enough speed on him. So check it out. It's going to be, I think, after the next attack, or I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not the next attack, but the one after that. He's going to get his Ancient Blood up, I think, on his next turn or the turn after. Let's see. Takedown goes down, and here he goes. This will be Ancient Blood. There it is. So now we're good for another whole round. In these 2 turns that it takes the Ancient Blood to wear off, I'm going to be able to deplete turn meters and just chip away, get the 2 minions down, and you can see how this team really just does very well together. It's kind of a weird team on first glance. Stagnite, we do have to be careful though. He's losing his unkillable, but he is pretty healthy. So here we go. Turn meters are totally fine right now, and it's going to be even more manipulation on the A3 there by Biggin. Dark Elaine's going to kill the minion, and now boom, Ancient Blood again. See, just when you think like, oh crap, he's going to do his AoE attack soon, it's not a big deal. He loses enough HP. I think that this is going to be a really solid run here. Maybe 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Depends on when the next takedown of Royal Guard goes off. But Dark Elaine's putting a ton of damage. Here it is right here. There we go, 223. So guys, check it out. And that was my, look at that, best time here in Ice Golem's 20. And check it out, Dark Elaine did 1.1 million damage, out-damaged by Royal Guard at 1.8, but still, I think that I can press this team to be even way faster, this sort of team. Let me know what you think of this team, and let me know what you think of Maneater, guys. He's a really solid support champion, as I said, and he hits pretty hard, too. You can use him in Clan Boss, you can use him in basically any dungeon that you're struggling on as a carry. He has a really unique A3. I hope you enjoyed this guide. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.